Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Kalandra League 3.19. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to AFK Tier 16 Blight. And now we have something a little bit different than we normally do for this. So we're doing the sac frags for the extra 20 quant. You use epidemiology for the 25% increase effective modifiers on your blighted maps. That's the only node you need on your tree. And then we have these two. So these are 8 mod. So I just like qualityed them up with chisels, and then I alked them, and then I valed them, and these ones went 8 mod. And so instead of the you know, magic or normal blight maps that we're used to from the past, nah, it's all about these fully juiced up 100 what, just in general, just rolling your maps, rolling your blights, alking them, valing them. The drop rate on tainted oil is like every 2-3 maps with doing this, and these ones are really fun. Obviously they're really hard. I wanted to show off the build fully AFK in tier 16 Blight with Alk and Corrupt. So corrupted T16 Blights, and then it's also 8 mod, and I have 2 of them to show off the build and where it's at. So it's obviously pretty expensive, but this then can run all the Blights, all the T16 Blights, rather than just skipping mods and cherry picking, etc., and or normal maps. Now you're getting the extra quantity. So why would you want extra quant? These blight maps have a modifier that maps item quantity modifiers also affect the number of blight chests at 20% of the value, so 20% of the 189, and then you get more chests, and then the loot explosion is affected by the quantity and the rarity and the pack size, which is all of the monsters in the blight, and the monsters you're killing during the blight gets you loot, and then the loot explodes at the end. Touches, these god touches work with the quantity and the rarity and your stuff to give it in the loot explosion, so you'll find like 6 links and Solaris touches and Lunaris touches and this kind of stuff. It's good to have quant and rarity on it. And then there's also a small loot explosion on every chest that's affected by the quant and rarity, probably, that is additional to just the chest loot. So elking and valing your maps is good if your build can handle it, and then you get more loot out of the map, raising the value of the map. And it takes the same amount of time, it's just harder, so then we built a stronger build to be able to do it. And so we have our 5-link carry-on golem, 5-link zombie, and we even only use 3 carry-on, 10 zombie, and we have the other 2 golems for the high life regen and fizz damage reduction. We have 1651 regen, and just the chaos golem gives me 25 physical damage reduction. It's insane. And then we have 100% spell suppression, shock immune, and I have some evasion. I have 23k armor, and we use haste in our blight setup. We switch it back to grace for normal, but I like haste for blight. And it's really funny that I keep my minions alive with just the dread marches and this ring of minion LE res, physical damage reduction, and the chaos res. It's kind of crazy, and then just minion life throughout the tree and stuff, and the levels. Like our animate guardian is at 145,000 HP in this build right now. Zombies at 60,000. Carry-ons are at 83,000. Really chunky. And the Chaos Golem's one of the squishy ones, is at 163,000. It's a lot of HP. Used to be squishy is the better way I should put that. Now it's a level 32 Chaos Golem because I gave it Awaken Power 5. So we have the 32 Stone, 32 Chaos, 32 Spectre. And I'm using 3 Demon Harpies, one Arena Master. The Demon Harpies are these Kalandra looking tentacle harpies. It's really cool, from Scourge Beyond, and then the Arena Masters from drox citadels, and the Demon Harpies are default attacking for pretty good damage, and then they also do dash slash, where they basically leap slam, and they also have the scream, and the scream applies a debuff that increases fizz damage taken, and similar to maim, and then maim support. And then we have the Arena Master giving the 20% increased attack, cast speed, move speed, and damage. 4-second duration, 12-second cooldown or something. It's okay. We don't use the monkeys because of this mod. That's literally on this map. Monster Steel, Power, Frenzy, and Endurance charges. That's the main reason we don't use the monkeys. They also got nerfed, but this mod has existed, and it honestly, when you rely on them, deletes so much damage. And now we just gain extra damage, basically. When you run the mods. We're playing around mods now. Yeah. We're not playing unmodded maps, magic maps. We're doing all mods. We're trying to. And I can do it for T16 Blight. Not Uber Blight yet, but we'll get there. I think we can get there. This is really strong though. I had switched my life flask to Bottled Faith, and then we get the Consecrated Ground. It gives us less effective curse on us, and it also or reduced effective curse, and it also gives life regen. So instead of the 1650, we go up to 1974. I also want to mention we have an Inspired Learning, which gives us this mod, Chaos Res against Dot. This works for Toxic. So that's Inspired Learning. This is insane. I highly recommend this. This is the spot I use it. I put this in, I spend 5 points. This is some Ellie Res, some armor, some ES, the extra max endurance, which you could get a buff to get endurance charges through the Inspired Learning. So it's not useless. You could technically also min endurance up to 4, and then you would have 4 endurance using this, and it's not a useless node. But the Inspired Learning is way stronger than people think, because it's giving mods that are just completely broken. Like, it makes you completely immune to toxics. When you get the Magma Barrier buff, it makes you immune to Magma Barrier, stuff like this. It's really powerful. Makes a huge diff, so highly recommend the Inspired Learning. Getting the rare buffs and yeah, the buffs in general. We're gonna loot this together, and I'll probably do one more just to show consistency, and this was of high tier, and we didn't take any damage on the pump, and I didn't touch anything. I just put, at the beginning, I like to default attack the pump, which auto triggers my wand, which is Desecrate Offering, and the main reason is to put corpses, and even if you consume my Desecrate is actually making 6.5 corpses because of the quality, so it has the normal 5, and then it makes another 150% chance to get an additional corpse because of the quality with this Divergent Desecrate. So I have 6.5 corpses, and so my offering can, no matter what, only consume 5, and so I get an extra corpse on the ground for my Plague Bringer. This gets 10% more damage and 10% reduced damage for me. Really good. Here's a Prime Chaotic Resonator. Yo, delving is such good money. I really need to get into delving more. I was buying resonators because I'm going to be doing some crafting for some medium clusters to upgrade my build. And I was Exalted Orb, I'm rich. I was buying off of the #1 Delver, and he just probably... I buy like 900 resonators, and then he goes to the Nico, and he probably just used his Sulfite, his Azurite, and just bought 2,000, and then it's like, damn, he's making 2C every time he sells a 1-socket resonator or something? What the heck? That's insane. And it's only 300 Azurite, and I'm getting 900 to 2,000 Azurite from a single Azurite node, so we're getting like 6 to 16C of resonators from our Azurite. Yo, Golden Oil, I'm rich. This map is insane, bro. Holy shit. Val Temple. Those are selling for 15C per. I sold like 70 of them today. On trade, it may not look like they're 15C because of people price fixing or just old trades, etc., because of where we're at in the season, but they're worth quite a lot. You keep breach rings to make grasping mails and a 60 to 1 vendor recipe. Yo, scarabs, let's go. I filter out some bad scarabs there, as you could see. And that was a really juicy map. Let's open up the stack decks. Boom! The Gulf. Thread of Hope to Implicit Corrupted. I thought love stronger than all, but time and isolation broke that which madness could not. We go again. So this one's disgusting, has extra move speed. I lose some spell suppression. They're blinding. They have extra accuracy. They take reduced crits. So this is one of those ones where if you were crit scaling, which I'm not that much crit scaling, 46 reduced extra crit, so you just lose half of your crit damage. Yep. And then there's actually a monster mod that is like already reduced crit by 50, and so when you add this on top of it, that monster's immune to crit, I believe. It's like assassin or something. I'm gonna quickly do this sail. Yeah, how could you turn down a 100C sail on it, right? I want to go delving though. After realizing how good money delving was, just going those Azurite nodes, going delving in general, and currency nodes are good. And the cities, I barely use any sulfite, and I'm getting so much. It's actually disgusting. The return on investment, and it actually seems worth your time. So I put the corpses. We're good for the Plaguebringer, and then our bottle faith gets automatically activated from the use when charges reach full. And then our build is popping off, and I have 3 or 4 videos for the Animate Guardian showing the progression. It's now at the 77 suppression, 2 max fire res boot with the 2 max lightning res helmet with the deleting the life regen through the implicit, and it has the explode chestplate with the extra curse, and it has the extra curse of enfeeble through the glove with grave bind, and it's a kingmaker, and he has 77 suppress and like some life regen, but it's lots of defenses on him, so he's the tankiest he's been. But this is just for normal Blight. The recent upgrades to defenses were for Uber Blight with the extra suppression and max fire res. He was living without that before, but now these extra layers of defense have really helped. And then I tried doing the Blight with a 5 carry-on without the zombies, without the chaos and the stone. I did a 6-link carry-on, and it was clearing it. It did definitely have worse clear for the Blight, because it was less minions covering it, and they would get distracted and not have as good AoE. They're better single targets. So then I also died because I didn't have the regen, and there was a rippy map. So I put Stone Golem in, and then when I put Stone Golem in, I realized losing 1 carry-on was a lot of damage loss, to where I might as well be back on the 5-link zombie carry-on to make up for the damage. And then when you're back on the 5-link carry-on zombie, you're like, dude, the value of 1 Chaos Golem for that much fizz damage reduction is disgusting. He's 25%, it's 6 endurance charges. That is so good. And then he also does some damage, and he does some stuff, and he's cool looking, and then he's representing, and that's a lot of fizz damage reduction. And something that happened was, I feel like Magma Barrier, the volatile Flamebloods are actually doing some fizz, so having fizz damage reduction helped there, because I was dying when I was losing my armor to a reduced effect of auras, or less armor map. And then the Magma Barrier would kill me, and I'm like, I didn't know it did fizz, I thought it was fire, but someone said, hey, it makes sense if it's magma, because it would be like earth and lava, so physical and fire, and even the mods that it has is like fizz as fire, fizz convert to fire. It makes sense overall after you really look at it, but just from what it was, I swear the old one was. So something spawned on top of me from another monster and then touched it, and they're also moving really fast. Then we have a Roa right here. He went immune, and he's gonna respawn. I'm not touching anything, I'm just leaving it. Let it happen. Showing the build. The worst that's happened is I lose 10 pump durability, which is a boss walking in. These random little poops getting in is honestly just Roas and this move speed, and then how tanky they are. If this one also had like life as ES and stuff, it could get fun, but they didn't. And then I only have the 2 meteors on the bottom side. Technically it's off center if you think about it. We'd rather have the meteors right here, the 2 towers that I use. And so because they're both on one side, this side doesn't really get meteored, and so having one on this side and then one over here would actually be better for the AFK. Or off-centering my minions so they're more on this side, because I was getting overwhelmed from the top side as we saw. The meteors are taking care of the bottom really well, but then the top doesn't have any towers, basically. Yeah. It's also, I'm using the meteors with the burning ground, and so if they have extra time to hit the enemy, and if my minions hit the enemy to maim them with the Animate Guardian maim support, 30% speed, like slow, then it can help the meteor burning ground work to actually kill off the trash. Especially like a Roa dies, it goes into the ground, burrows, and then comes back. It would just immediately die into the burning ground as it's coming out of the ground, unburrowing. It won't even move. That almost touched my pump. I thought it did when she screamed, and then it didn't actually. So this is showing the two juiciest maps I had out of, like, I had 9, I rolled them all, and I picked the 2 craziest ones to just show off the new AFK Blight T16 and 3.19 Kalandra League. It's pretty sick. I'm really happy with it, and doing a little bit less than this, I do die, and you don't survive. And the consistency, I've done like 100 and something, and this version with the hybrid 5-5 is better. The 5-link carry-on 5-link zombies and having the extra stone and chaos is worth it. And this current version is really strong and really powerful, and I've been using it for Delve now too. And my Fizz damage reduction is really powerful. And then my D-gen survival for Fizz, like Fizz dots don't hurt as much. When I'm taking a, like, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And it's real Fizz damage reduction. Like I said, it's like 6 endurance charges. Then I thought because I have 4 max endurance, if I had 4 minimum, it'd be an extra 16. So just in the chaos and the endurance, I could have 41. It sounds really good. It sounds really good. Let's get the loot. Exalted orb, I'm rich. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to not pick up the loot while I do the recording of the loot. I'm supposed to just show all the loot and then loot it after, but I'm too used to looting as I go. You see how I just got an awakened sextant from my incubator chest, my legion chest, so that's part of that. I started filtering the incubators because there were some I didn't want. I didn't get any of them. I got all the ones I wanted. Essence. What else we got? Yep. So Blight's pretty good. Blight's going up in price though. More people are doing it. The amount of Blights being done, etc. And then gold oil is going down because so many people are playing Blight, and they realize how good Blight is, and how chill it is, and how we can get more out of it through the Alch and Corrupt, especially through the Tainted Oil, etc. Thanks for watching though. Hope you guys enjoyed the loot. If you guys made it to this part in the video and you guys enjoy the AFK Blight and you want more of this type of content, hey, hit that like button. If you guys hit the like button, you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!